All right. Yeah, I hope you guys can see my screen. All right. Thank you. Thanks for confirming. Thanks for confirming, everybody. All right. So let's begin. But let's kind of kickstart this session. And first of all, welcome to this session where we're going to discuss majorly and specifically about what is the procedure that we need to follow to search for jobs in Europe, and what is the market in Europe. How much visibility that we have about this market, and what all we have done wrong, and what are we doing correctly in order to accommodate to this. So let's do that, and then eventually I will also put it out for a question and answer today, a little bit longer, so that we have those live question and answers coming in, and we could take it up. So you guys can, at the end, when I will open it, please put down your questions, and I shall go ahead and try to answer as many as possible. All right, great. So as you all can see my screen, let me kickstart the whole thing. Like I said, this is going to be specifically for the jobs insights into Europe market. So that's why we're going to look into it. Last time we had a session which is slightly different as compared to this, but we will just recapitulate whatever we did last time slightly, and then we'll take it from there. All right. Okay. So, first let's set the agenda very clear. Who is this for? This entire webinar is for whom? So it's basically for the people who are looking for roles across the globe, okay, specifically for Europe, okay, in this particular webinar. Though we have people applying across the globe, okay, we are helping them, we are mentoring them. But in this scenario, we will look into the thing that Europe perspective, okay. So there could be multiple reasons that you are actually come here today. I know most of you are very professionals. You guys have had the experience of trying and have had faced quite a few problems as well in order to in this journey of fetching a role in Europe. So number one, it could be that you're not getting much interview calls. You have been applying randomly, you've been applying in all platforms, but you're not getting that interview calls. Number two, you are maybe getting a call, you must have got a couple of calls, but then eventually it just fizzed off. It just kind of went down the drain. It did not yield any result. Number three, you would have got the offer, but there could be various reasons that you did not, it could be a visa sponsorship issue, it could be a CTC issue, it could be various reasons, n numbers of reasons that you guys know best. So these are what are the rejection criteria, basically. Multiple application, no calls, not getting callbacks after screening calls, highly qualified. Also, sometimes they write down that you are overqualified. It's a way of saying that you're projecting yourself, which you are actually not, with the age and the qualification that you adhere to. So you need to be very specific. They will not bluntly put it down, but they will sugarcoat it and put it in this way. Low salary offers. You're not able to present well in the interviews due to various reasons, not preparatory, you don't have a mock interview techniques, etc. You got rejected in the interview, or you're not finding good companies. So this could be the various reasons that are bewildering your mind and you are not able to proceed further. So we will try to put a solution to this in today's call and see how we can take it forward from here, okay? We'll try to give you some insight into this. All right. So I want to present to you two pyramids. One is this, another is this. So let's concentrate one by one, okay? Don't get confused by looking at so many colors and so much of text. Just wait, I will show you, take you through. So this is the interview process, the 4 stage of rejections that normally happen. So number one, it happens during the resume screening. You have sent out a resume and the resume did not pass through what's something called a software that's called ATS, Applicant Tracking System, which works on sheer comparison of the data, keywords to keywords, format to format, layout to layout. And if it sees that it is not complying, it will just reject your resume, and you will come across, you will get a sweet mail saying that, we will get back to you, kind of thing. Number two, Your resume, you have gone through the ATS system by hook or by crook or by some magical way or strategically approach as well. You have got through that, but now it has gone the human eye, and there resume review by recruiters or hiring manager at that point of time, okay, you are getting rejected. It could be to various reasons, because they take 5 to 8 seconds to go through a resume, only 5 to 8 seconds. So, and they get every day approximately 4,000 to 5,000 resumes. So, there could be various reasons. They cannot exactly give in-depth analysis or time to a particular resume unless they see something drastic, and that's something catchy has to come on top. So we are going to discuss that as well. Number 3 rejection criteria is assessment interview. You have gone through both the phases, and now you're towards the interview process, and that's where you're getting stuck. You don't know how to present to the European segments. You don't know what are the questions they're asking for. What is their intention behind asking these questions? And number 4, obviously, the topmost, salary negotiation, or also it could be notice period negotiation. Also, it could be culture barrier they could boil down to. That, do you know the language? Are you aware about the culture? Will you be a cultural fit? Like I said, in our academy, we don't have issues in getting the offers. That keeps happening every week. But what we focus predominantly and majorly is on culture barrier. We want to equip you with so much so that once you land a job there, it should not be after a couple of months you get a rejection mail saying that you're not a culturally good fit into this environment and we'll need to rethink about it, because I think we were in too much of haste on hiring you. And then you'll be back to square one. How much of an effort you would have done? Maybe you would have hired an agency, maybe you would have done a job seeker visa, maybe you would have gone through certain employers, so much of effort throughout, so much of time, but then you reach there and then you get a ticket back saying they are not a culturally good fit. So we need to prepare that as well. Okay, keeping this triangle, keeping this pyramid aside, let's look at now this, the one which is on the lower end. Now, this pyramid speaks about what are the various ways of actually people apply to the role. Suppose you've come across a JD, and how the employer looks at those JDs. Okay, how they look, and where we are finding ourselves a disconnect. That's why we are not getting connected. So let's look at how people go ahead. Okay, people go from top to bottom. How? They first go through advertisement and job portals. They go to LinkedIn, they go to various job portals, advertisements, and then they have start applying there. Then they go to recruiting agencies also. They pay them, or there are free recruiting agencies who actually coordinate with the employer and so on and so forth. And then they come to professional organization. They actually go and apply in the portals, okay, the company portals. Then they actually do a network after that. They start to speak to the friends, colleagues who have gone there, whom you have been observing. Oh my God, I want to go, but this fellow has gone there. How he has made it. Let me talk to him. If he has something in his hand, maybe he will help me. Maybe he will not help me. So you try all these dire needs tactics randomly. You're trying. Okay, but this is what I have strategized. This is how we go normally. Then after that, you look at you start to contact the existing staff who have gone there. You want to call them, you want to see, hey, you have been there internally, you have been working. And so this one and this one, the difference is this blue and this orange. The difference is that here you are actually talking to the people who you knew and have gone there, and here you are not aware who the people are, but you are trying to see. You went to the LinkedIn profile and you're trying to tab upon them randomly. And then you go to the IJP process, lateral movement, or maybe you're seeing that some movement is going to happen, in my company only in Europe. So let me try to apply. So this is the way a normal employee perceives at approaching top to bottom. Okay. This is how a normal employee perceives. But do you know how an employer perceives to this entire thing? Is completely 360-degree opposite. Let me show you. When an open position has come up in any company in Europe, so this holds good for anywhere. Huh? This holds good for across the globe. What they first look at, the employer, they contact their HR. First of all, let's make it very clear to you. Anybody who is guaranteeing you that I will get you a job, I know the contacts, I will make sure that you get this job. Or if they say, I will make sure that you get the visa, please run the fastest, from that person, because he is into a lookout of something suspicious. There is no such thing as easy way out into this. There's no such thing as that. There are strategic approaches, but no such thing as guaranteeing a job, because let me tell you, job is created by whom? Job is not even created by an HR. Job is created by the hiring manager who has the open slot in his company. Either there has been attrition, or there has been a layoff, or whatever, maybe that maternity leave, or whatever could be the reason. And there is an open vacant position. There's a vacuum which is created. And now this person approaches the HR saying that, hey, I have this vacuum created and I need a refill. I need somebody to kind of come over. So how do you go about? Now the HR will function how I will tell you. This is all of you know, but it's just a reiteration to you guys, okay? All right. Let me just let in few more people. People are trickling in. That's normal tendency. All right. So let me not distract you guys, and let me see how an employer perceives. So they perceive down to upward. What they will first go and do, they will look at what are the internal vacant positions in their company. Okay. And then they will go and ask people who are either on the bench, okay, or wanting a lateral movement. So they will go and tap within the organization first. Okay. Then they will move up. If they don't find anybody suitable, if they don't see anybody equipped enough to cater to that particular job, then what they do, they go to start contacting the existing staff saying that, hey, do you know somebody? Do you know somebody who is well equipped to do this kind of role, and can he come up over? So those referrals happen, due to which they get a referral bonus. Okay. So that's again a win-win situation for both employee and employer. If that also doesn't work out, then they go with the networking. The HR actually goes and taps around in the LinkedIn or Zing and starts seeing who all have approached, who all they are networking with, and they start to pick up from there. If that also doesn't work, then they go to professional organization, then they go to recruiting agencies, and then they go to eventually to advertising the job portal. So you see, what is the difference between your approach and how an HR looks at things? And that's the reason why you do not get connected immediately, because you are doing absolutely opposite than what an HR is doing. He is going down way up, but what people normally they do, they go up way, top to bottom. And that's a major disconnect. All right. So let me proceed ahead. And that's the reason, if you look at this top to bottom, how much is the percentage? Also, you can see 20% is from internal staff movement happens. Then staff referrals, rest of the places are filled. Then due to HR hiring through the personal network, LinkedIn or other, so much is again filled. Then recruitment agencies come into picture, and then the job portal. So you see, job portal has the minutest. It's not 100%, does not mean the 100% is filled by job portals. What it means is that if you see this portion is internal staff, they give the priority. And that's why you see the minutest, the minimum attention is given to the last thing, that is job portal. That is the attention scope of an HR. And what we do, we go this way backward. That's something, mistake number one that we do. Okay. So how do we go about? How do we look about? How do we ensure that we get the roles? First of all, when we are looking at what we are tabbing at is just the tip of the iceberg. Just the tip of the iceberg, the roles, the positions that are advertised, that are there, that is visible for everybody across the globe to look at and apply for. We do not actually look at something, the roles which are below the ocean, something which are not advertised, something which are potentially there, but we do not know how to go tap them. And how to do that, we will show you how to go about that. And what are these roles also? For example, in Europe, I'll give you a very quick example on what it is. There's something called SME, small and medium-sized enterprise. That's what SME for. It's not different roles and candidature, but it's a segment. You can Google it also, you will find it. And 99%, 98% of the European market is segmented around SMEs. It's not the Microsoft, it's not the Dell, it's not the Google, it's not the Meta, it's not the top-notch companies which are dominating the European market. They are just the tip of the iceberg. The rest, which is down here, are SMEs. They are like, let me give you an example which you guys can understand with. I don't know how many of you have heard about Jayantilal Shah. He was a big tycoon, business tycoon in Gujarat. All right. He ended up giving just before the COVID, okay, when it struck, when they were doing prospering well, nobody knew about this company, nobody knew about them. They're either into business or textiles. So he gave each one of his employees, I think he gave them a car as a gift, Diwali gift. And it seemed last year he gave them a 1 BHK or 2 BHK flat, and that's how he arose into the news. Then look at the business tycoons of Gujarat, how much they are, they are multimillionaires, billionaires, and they are actually doing so much to make sure that their employees are, kept happy. And that's how they surfaced up in the news. Nobody knew them before that. Nobody knew them before. But these segments are existing, and they are happy-go-lucky people. They don't want to hire from people from across the country. They know their community, they know their people, they know who they need to cater to, and that's what they are happy hiring the people in the vicinities, because they are trusting them. They know the language, they know the culture, and that's why they don't need to go about it. The same thing applies here also. These 90%, what you're seeing submerged below the ocean, are actually these folks only, who do not want anybody from outside. They're happy having people from inside, and that's exactly where we need to tap, because these jobs are not advertised. They are advertised in a very limited scope. That we will show you where they're advertised. Okay, they're advertised in local language, but at the same time they want people who can speak English. But the restrictions are always there, because Europeans are not that much good hold on speaking English. Now they're all learning, the courses happening, but you guys hold a damn better chance in order to kind of cater to these opportunities. So like I said, 87% of recruiters use LinkedIn, okay, to check candidates. But that 87% falls in this 10% on top. These ones we need to look in, okay. This is the old way that we have been, actually common approach we have been following. It's like going and giving the resume, which I've showed you on top. But this is outdated, completely outdated, which we should not follow in this scenario. We have moved on. There's something called ATS come into picture. There's something called AIs which has come into picture. You don't need to follow the old methodical way, which was so outdated and which does not yield any results. So let's look at this slide. What does it say? It says that a recruiter spends only 6 seconds, 5 to 6 seconds, 6 to 8 seconds, I could say, to actually go through your resume, because they get so many tons of resumes with them. Okay, so they get only 6 to 8 seconds to go through it. In that much time, they need to make up their mind whether to hire you or not. So that's something is a challenge for them. But that's where we play a role. We need to be smart. We know what are the constraints. We need to build our strategy around that. 75% are rejected because of ATS, which I just explained. It's a mechanism, it's a software, it's a tool which just compares mechanically your keywords to keyword and rejects you. And 25 are rejected during this time of final screening. Okay, what do? We build up certain tools we can use in order to overcome ATS. Like we said, this 75% is rejected due to ATS, that we can overcome by using various tools, which I'm showing you. Job Scan, Job Score, Smart Recruiters. These are the tools which will align you, AI tools, which will get you the keywords, and you can actually overcome that ATS. But how do you overcome something which is human eye? So again, coming back to ATS, there are again various tools. For example, Job Scan, which you all may be using it. It gives you a score as to seeing ATS friendly if your resume is or not. And if your resume is above 60%, that means you have a chance of penetrating through the ATS wall and going to the human HR. So number one, we need to make sure that our resume is ATS friendly and European standard. That's a very big thing, a European standard. Okay, so that is pretty easy. We can help you with that. Now, what are the various ways you need to actually make sure that the position is filled? So 85%, the data shows, this is a data which has been extracted, show the 85% of the position are filled through networking, through human connections. Human connections plays a great role. Referrals, connecting with them when you are doing the that's why referral bonus is given to those people, because they want to encourage this kind of connections. But not all of us get through that, right? We have to follow the strategies from the beginning. All right. So we say that, okay, we have created our resume. We make sure that the keywords are tallying. Then second, we also need to ensure that we do not just make our resume uh, KPI wise. I have done this, I have done this, I have done this, I know this. No, what you knowing something does not matter to the employer until unless you show by knowing this what are the accomplishments you have caused, what are the drastic changes you have caused in your current company. Okay, so these are various testimonials that I have had in my academy. As you can take a screenshot, you can just go through them at your ease, wherein people who have come with completely no view about how to go about, and then eventually they started seeing a way ahead. They started, it's like you are advancing in a fog. You take one step, the next step is clear. You take another step, next step gets clear. So you go through step by step. And this is the people who are testimonial is saying that, I got through the entire sections where coming from a background of not having any understanding how to go about, and they have actually navigated the way. Further, again, there are more such testimonials which are also in my website. You guys can go and check out in YouTube channel, in social medias, everywhere. It'll be all transparently mentioned. So we had an approach also. For example, this person Ganesh, he came to me saying that, hey, I don't have much time to go through this 8 weeks program. I really want something quickly. So what can we do about it? I said, okay, cool. So we identified him a role, okay, as per his caliber. And then we started doing the networking, our strategies of networking. You can see the chain of mails starting from here to here. And then eventually he got connected. It took us a couple of while, okay? It took us a week or time. But then we built up the trust, and the recruiter went out of the way for arranging him an interview. And you can see the interview was eventually created, and now he's in the mode of actually selecting a couple of offers that has been given to him, either Germany or Portugal. Okay, so that's how powerful these sections are in this course. Okay, anyways, you will see all these testimonials in my YouTube channel as well. You will see tons of them. I can just show it to you as well. There are tons of testimonials. If you see, just type, if you can see my screen, guys. I have changed the screen to my YouTube. Just type yes if you guys can see my screen, guys. Thank you. Thanks. So if you see here, I have a very beautiful webinar also, which is placed here, guys. It's called Masterclass webinar. Okay. So I would request you all to please, I'm sharing this link as well here. Okay. To all of you. And I would request you to kind of go through this. Okay. And go through this YouTube channel. It is consisting of various strategies that you guys can start adopting free of cost. Start adopting them. How the analysis needs to be done. What are the glimpses? We are also given the glimpses how the mentorship program happen, people who actually come on board, how dynamically we sit with them, we go through that. That is also given here. Then you have what are the various these Zoom meetings that we have. Okay, so from there the output, what are the various crux of the fact, that also is put there. Then we have about the German course. We have about market segmentation. What is market segmentation and SWOT analysis? Before proceeding with anything, you need to be first clear about who are you. What is your corporate avatar? Because it's not apple to apple comparison. You working in India as a designation, it does not mean the same aligns there as well. It does not mean that. You need to tweak, you need to twist, you need to cater, you need to kind of mold your designation in such a way that you fit perfectly as to what they are looking at. Otherwise, you will end up confusing the recruiters. You will say, I am this. They said, no, but hey, that does not sound to me right, because we have never hired somebody of this kind. For example, there was a case when somebody was a sales management advisor. Now I will show you the sales management advisor role. Okay, if I go to this, my LinkedIn, okay, if I go to sales management advisor, there is no position appearing as sales management advisor, but he was so adamant saying that no, that position is in my resume, so I need to put it. So we sat down with him and said, okay, let me see what are your activities that you are doing. Okay, what are the things you're doing? So he was into analysis of sales. So we said, okay, let me look at something. Let's put it sales advisor. We got a sales advisor. So let's look at something. What else it could be? Sales specialist. Yes, sales specialist. Then sales analyst, okay, manager. So now sales manager and sales analyst manager are two different things. The same thing happened with somebody who had come from an IT background. He was a little confused. He had so many things. Same thing happened when somebody comes with different, any background that you come with. Initially, we really need to sit down with you and do that analysis. So please go through this YouTube channel. You have all these testimonials, people from different background, account manager, data scientist, people from finance, people from FMCG, people from digital marketing. You have tons of those testimonials. Go through, see their journey, how they have come across. People who are living in Sweden, people who are living in Poland, people who have gone to Germany, Portugal. They have all shared there, and we have kept their testimonials here for you guys to kind of witness and see how things are progressing. Okay. So, anyways, coming back to our presentation. All right. So yes, what you need to do is that first of all, you need to first sit down and see where you are standing in terms of your candidature, your KPIs, assimilate them and see what are your strengths, what are the weaknesses, and then only you should go ahead and look at things in a way that the hiring manager wants to look at. Okay, not something that you are so adamant. Initial phases, you will completely say no, I am completely, this is what I am and this is what I will continue to be, but you need to be flexible. All right, so coming back further. So here what is saying is that first of all, now that you have identified yourself, now that you have figured out your ATS compliant resume and you have drafted the resume in a way that needs to be achievement friendly and not KPI friendly. Now what you need to do? Now you need to create your brand. You need to make a visibility. Okay. If you go first thing, you ask your colleagues, what are the 3 things that you find in me is the top performing or something that you would appreciate me for? Figure it out. Ask, what are the things that you would want me to improve? Figure that out. Now make your visibility, make your images, because you see this pie chart which is showing most of the recruitment happens with the visibility. If you are visible, if people are seeing you often, if people are seeing you on a regular basis, you are the ones who will be captured for the next position. I'm sure all of you must have witnessed in your offices as well. A couple of folks, a countful of folks always get those promotions. Always they are the ones who are called for any new position that comes, a new presentation, or even if the client visit, they are the ones who are the face of but they may not have the great skill sets as you may think, but they have the great visibility. How they have created it? By this performance plays 10% only, like it says here. 60% visibility, 30% image, and 10% performance. That's what gives you the next career success. The same thing applies in recruitment also. So how do we go about? Okay, I've told ATS friendly, I've told achievements, I've told branding. Now you have all this in place. How do you go about? What is the next step that you do? Then you start researching the target companies. Do not apply in any industry thinking that, okay, it's in Europe, let me apply. No, identify which industry your candidature belongs to. Whether even if you are an IT person and you want to apply in Switzerland, for example, you are an IT professional, you want to apply in Switzerland, 99% of the companies are financial companies. Okay, either they are banks or they are insurance, assurance. So that industry is financial industry. If you want to go and find there an industry which is IT, it'll be very tough. However, coming to Netherlands, it's an IT domain. Financial aspects are a little less there. Coming to Belgium has a different flora altogether. Coming to Germany has a different flavor altogether. France is more into fashion. Italy is more into organics things, or into automobiles. Germany also is into automobile engine. Germany now it is huge. You don't know what is dark. Dark is a combination of 3 countries, that is Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. They are also the pioneers in this field. So you need to segment yourself, sit down first, identify what is the industry, then research the target company. After you have researched, move ahead with the right people who are in that company. They need not be HR guys, mind you. They are not HRs. They're the right people who you want to connect with. Then who can vouch for you. Build up that connection with them. They can vouch for you. They can tell the HR that yes, this person I know is extremely good, has been in touch with me, has been sharing some of his projects, we have been in interaction, and so on and so forth. And then through these people, you try to approach the right, using your current network, you try to use the right approach of getting into the HR. Okay. All right. So let me show this also. Okay. Then what you do is that you reach out to them directly, or you can reach out to them through a friend. Okay. So networking. What is networking, guys? Networking does not mean bombarding them with, can you get me a job? Can you get me a job? Hey, you are there. I have been trying a lot, but can you do this? That's not the way networking works, guys. Okay. You have to be really, really, you cannot spam them. You cannot comment on their interest. You cannot just bombard them with some question. What the networking is? Networking is researching the right people. You do a proper research. Okay. You connect with them the right way, share with them your reports, understand what they're, and then engage them, and then they follow. This is a very strategical way that you have to go, especially with European guys. You cannot just directly go ahead and say that I'm looking for a job. It does not function there this way. Okay. Now I would like to show you certain things. I would like to give you a live demo of niche identification and corporate segmentation, market segmentation. People keep saying that, hey, visa sponsored role does not exist, do not exist. I want a visa sponsored role. It's too much of a hassle to go and apply for a visa. Well, it is not a myth. In our academy, we do work with visa sponsored roles only, majorly. And you see, this is one of the example. As a project manager, you see, they are not even providing you relocation, visa sponsorship. Okay, they also go a step ahead of saying you can even family members, your dependents, from their perspective also, they are very much flexible, because they want to, but provided you need to be on the right phase of mind. Your mindset has to be correct. You should not be a job seeker, but actually a facility provider to them, because they are looking for somebody to hire who can actually solve the problem. So you should be a problem solver. Okay. So you can see here, these are tons of the companies who are actually sponsoring visa, and these have come from our database. Okay, our database, our team has gone and searched, scraped those companies through various ways, because number one, like I said, SMEs, small and medium sized enterprises. But these are the small and medium sized enterprises who are actually looking for people and sponsoring visa to them. So this was one of the person who was a vice president into finance. So we found out the right role from this. We searched around Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, also UK, and we found him a 2-3 roles, and which was sufficient to him. He has been there. Now he's looking forward to move out from that role to a different role, because we always also say that after 6 months you should move to the next role. So let me give you this niche identification demo. What do I mean by this? Let me give you a quick niche identification demo. Okay, could somebody ping me, okay, here, their designation? So let me do it live for them. Okay, just give me a designation which you have, present designation. What are you working as right now? Cloud architect, backend, project manager, area sales manager. All right, enough. I think let's do it. I do 2-3 because we have other things to cover. So let me take these 2-3 things. Okay. So number one, let's start with project manager, which came. Okay. So you guys can see my screen. I'm into my LinkedIn screen right now. Okay. And I want to show you here, most of the people, where do they go and search for job when it comes to going out of India? Which is the place that they go, guys? Please ping me. When there's something comes in the mind, I want to go and work abroad. Which are the countries that strike you first apart from Europe? I would like to hear from you guys. Canada, yes. Canada, yes. So let's look at Canada. Okay. Project manager Canada. Just look very carefully, guys. I hope my screen is visible. Again and again, I'm asking because last time I had done the entire webinar and I was working on a different window and I was showing a different window as being shared. So I am very skeptical now. Okay. So yeah, let's great. So you see here, you please take an Excel, okay? Let me write down in an Excel so that you guys understand, where we are looking at right now. I mean, the data has to be captured accurately so that you are able to compare as well. Okay, let me open it. So you see here, guys, what's happening in Canada. Okay, make it small. Okay, so we are looking for right now project manager. Okay, project manager. Come on. Okay, project manager, we are having 14,700 results for Canada. It's a huge continent, guys. Believe me, it's 5 times bigger than Europe. Okay, huge. So let me show you something here. Okay, PM Canada is 14,700. So let's say 15K, I will put it. Okay, another place that people look for jobs outside is Singapore. Okay, Singapore. Let me see Singapore. How many are there? 7,900. So Singapore is 8K. We'll make it 8K. Okay, then we'll see another place. Australia. 8,600. So let's put here 8K. Okay, 8K. Okay, we will not go through all the people work also in Hong Kong, people work also in Japan and all that, but predominantly majority of the people, they run behind this PR, Canada, Australia, Canada, New Zealand as well. So now let me give you a magical view of this segment. You are seeing these are the number of jobs. Okay, number of jobs. Now you see Canada is such a huge continent, huge, and Europe is one of the smallest continent in the entire world. Okay, it at least 5 times smaller. So logically, what does it tell us? If something is bigger and if there are 8K openings there, 15K openings there in Europe, in EU, how many should be? If it is 5 times bigger, it should be 5 times smaller openings, right? Should be 3K. 3K opening should be in EU for as a project manager because of his continent, because of his landscape. Now let me show it to you. I go to European Union. Just look at the number of roles that have come here, guys. 77,000 roles have come here. So can you imagine? Not 3,000, which we wrote earlier, is 77K. So just look at from here to here, which is the place that you should be looking at. If you put all your energy here, you are actually banging your head on a place which is already a saturated market. So this is a saturated market. This is also a saturated market. This is also saturated, and this is the blue ocean market. Okay, this is the blue ocean. Blue ocean, red ocean means you are actually moving from a saturated market to a non-saturated market. So here, if you are actually putting your energy, putting all your scope, you are actually gaining more. And just let me show you one more thing here. Okay, just look at here one thing. If I go to date posted and I say past month, what will it show, guys? It will show how many positions are not yet filled for more than a month. So I think out of 75, more than a month, we should see at about 10K left there. I think most of them would have been filled. That's what you guys think. Let me show it to you. 59K, that is approximately 60K are still open. So if I put here 60K are still open, only how many have been filled? 17K opportunities have been filled, which is very good rate. But because the roles are so many, therefore we are looking at, therefore we are getting so many open positions which are left also. Okay, now I will show you another example from here only. Okay, and let me show you in dark, for example, Germany. Okay, how many we have inside European as well. So dark consists of the 3 countries. There itself we are having 59 open positions. Okay, there itself we are having 59 open positions. Okay, so let me show it to you there as well. Thank you. So I'll just repeat once again whatever little bit we guys missed from previous to this now. All right, so if you look at software engineer in European Union. Let me show you the data which I have extracted already. In Canada, guys, in Canada, we are having 10K open position. In Singapore, we are having 6K open position. In Australia, we are having 6K open positions. And European Union, we are having 1.88K open position, guys. 1.88K. Just look how much is the, the segment that you are actually missing out. But all your energy you are actually spending is on this segment. Canada, Singapore, Australia. But whereas you should be spending your energy into these segments, which is having 1,88,000 for software engineer, project manager 77K. I know you guys have mentioned a few more things to look at. For example, you guys have asked developed DevOps engineer, head of hosting and guest facilities, backend developer, cloud engineer, performance. So do one thing, just to respect the time frame. I know I was on mute due to technical glitch for some time, but still, let's look at into it separately. Maybe you guys can get in touch with us, and we'll have a separate one-on-one also. Our team is there. I will introduce that also right away. It's a free one-on-one that we are doing right now in order to ensure that you guys understand the market where you're standing. And then later on, if you want to navigate the journey on your own also, you can do. If you need our help, we are always there to help you as well. Okay. But look, just right now, visualize the open position. Canada, where whole of the world is looking at, is only 10K for IT and non-IT. And EU is 1.33 and 77K. You yourself can make out the difference between where are the most probable chances for you to being hired. You need to change certain strategies, but all right. So this is what I wanted to give you a brief demo on that. Let's come back to our PPT so that we proceed ahead from where we kind of stopped last. Okay. Yeah, ophthalmologists, we'll have all this. We will cater to all of them, because see, if I do right now for each one of you, Sujata, then what will happen is that it will not be justifiable to, there are many others here. So we will do it one by one. Feel free to get back to us and we will take it from there. Don't worry. Okay, we will do it live with you. We have a team seated in Europe, in Berlin, Netherlands. Jonathan, Joy, and Mate. We are all there and we'll all help you. We'll schedule a one-on-one with you also. Don't worry. Okay, so this I already showed you. This is the database which is actually derived from our team who's seated in Europe, and they are doing the headhunting of individual cases for you. For example, they will first figure out what is your role, what is your designation, what is your experience, what is your academics, which country you want to go. So there's a job form that you will need to fill together with me, and then our team will start to hunt on that, and there'll be a proper course as well simultaneously which will go on. So let's look at, as we saw in Europe, most of the jobs are pertaining towards the dark country, but I'm not saying not all. Okay, France is also a huge demographic. Italy also is a huge demographic. But just for an example, let's look at job market in Germany. Just a brief example on that front. Okay, shall we proceed? So far, are you guys understanding? Please type me a yes. If you're understanding, if you're with me, if you're in sync with me, please type me a yes, guys. If I'm audible, if my voice is sounding right, if my accent is right, if my video is correctly. Thank you. Because I'm not a professional in doing webinar, guys, but I've just come here to make sure that I give you guys some knowledge and educate you into this market, which is huge, but professionals like you and me are actually not tapping into it. And we need to start tapping into it. Now Indians have really started to look into this, but not everybody is still looking into it. I urge you guys to look into this market, because the situation in India is getting a little bit nasty, skeptical, and this is the only lifesaver we have right now. Okay, the job market in Europe. So let's look at job market in Germany. Okay, which is also in Europe. So, from the perspective we have seen right now, we have come from the domain of understanding what we should do, what we have been doing wrong, what we should do correctly in order to get hired. Okay, how we should get hired. So it's not a rocket science to get hired if you do everything, whatever I tell you to do strategically, step by step by step by step. Either you can do it, or you can tell us. We have a huge team sitting here who does it for you on your behalf. It's like a done for you program also we are having, which we will show it later on. If you're interested, anybody, we can always get in touch. But now let us look that you have got hired, for example. which very much happens within 8 weeks. Now, what are the cultural difference? What are the benefits? Let's look into that. First of all, the first thing is there's a flat hierarchy. Now, many people come to me saying, hey, I'm a senior assistant manager. I am an AVP. I am a lead consultant. I am a senior team lead, junior team leads. First of all, let me make you guys understand it's a flat hierarchy in Europe. It's a flat hierarchy. There is no senior, junior. It's especially in dark regions. Until unless you go to those American companies, IBM, Kyndryl, Dell, which follow the same hierarchy across the globe. Yes, Accenture, वगैरह, they will have that. But I'm talking about this untapped market. Untapped market. You understand what is an untapped market? Let me give you an example right away. A very funny example, but it will make you clear how it is, what it is. Okay. Let me just give you an example. Okay. There are let's consider as jobs as fish and we job seekers as fish hunters. Okay, let's just take that as a scenario. So what happens is that if we need to go and catch fish, we either sit on the bank of a river and with that rod we try to catch fish. Maybe we'll get a couple of fish, okay, in a day or two. In a whole given day we'll get a couple of fish, 3-4 fish we can eat, we can survive. But suppose somebody wants to make money, how would he go? He would take a small boat, get into the river, put a net and catch hundreds of fish, which he will consume and sell at the same time. Now somebody bigger comes and says, no, I'm not happy with 100 or 200 fish. I really need in tons. I really need to do a business with it. So what it does, it takes the big ships, okay, which go into the oceans, the depth of ocean. They have got those technical gadgets to understand what is the weather gonna be, what is the forecasting ahead, where the most of the fish will be lying. Using all that, they catch tons of fish and they come back. But what is the best method? The best method is the bear method. You know what is a bear, right? We have the bhalu, what do you call in Hindi? The bear method. How does it catch fish? The way it catches fish is by actually going and sitting on top of the waterfall, especially where the fish are migrating. They have got a migrating phase. They have to migrate from one place to the other. So he goes. They know this is their instinct, this sixth sense that they have, because they have to hibernate for 6 months. So what they do, and during the hibernation, they can't eat anything. I mean, they are completely hibernating. So they go and sit on top of the waterfall, and this fish, during the trajectory of crossing the waterfall, their tendency is to swim against the flow of the waterfall. So they go up and this guy just catches them and eats, without moving, without making any effort. Some of the fish actually fall down to his mouth. Until unless he's completely satisfied, he's completely full, then only he moves up. But still the fish keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. You can see it in YouTube, you can see it in Discovery. So this is a strategy I want you to follow. Don't be a job seeker, but be a facilitator. You should be able to invite to jobs, that yes, a magnet to the jobs. So let's look at the work culture. It's flat hierarchy, first of all. Okay, you need to keep your private and professional life separate. A firm handshake and eye contact is considered inappropriate, which is normal. Punctuality is taken care of. Small talks are not given much of importance there. Gossips. Okay. Employee retention is very high there, because normally Germans or normally Europeans, they do not switch jobs very easily. Okay. They tend to keep it at survive there for a long time. And if you need to break discussions, we say that Germans are very, these Europeans are very cold. It's not so. They love to talk, but you need to know what you need to talk in order to break the segment, okay, with them. Dressing sense, office environment, everything will be training you, will be teaching you how to socialize. Like I said, getting a job is not difficult, but surviving and sustaining and progressing, that is something which is very difficult. Okay, and that's exactly what you need to. So vacation means vacation, no emails and phone calls, unlike what we do here. Okay, work from home and work during vacation, that's completely no. There's something called social security. Even if you need to work on a Saturday, Sunday, you will need to take the permissions. So laws and regulations are very strict there, guys. Okay, there's something called employee protection law. So even if you are laid off or something of that kind, a huge penalty the company needs to pay in order for your survival. Okay, 35 to 40 hours of daily working in general should not exceed 8 hours. Specifically, work from Monday to Friday. Working on a Saturday, Sundays against the labor law. So you can understand what is the work-life balance actually means here. Okay. Furthermore, sickness. Okay. 6 week of leaves you get if you are sick, and that too you have a beautiful insurance policies there which is covered with your taxes. Okay, now maternity leave 6 weeks before and 8 weeks after. So that's huge thing. Okay, even the father gets equal amount of right for taking the leaves of his childbirth. You know, they have the equal amount of importance. It's not that in India I think we have only 1 week or something as a paternity leave, but that's not the case there. Okay, so you can see so many benefits are there. Okay, both male and female employees are eligible for parental leave, maximum of 3 years, which cannot be imagined here. And plus, your job will be secured once you come back. Employer cannot terminate you, and is not obliged to pay, to waive off or to cut down your salary, etc. Obviously, for 3 years you will be on a non-paid, but then your job will be secured. Okay, there's something called work council which plays a huge role, guys. Okay, notice period is somewhere between 4 weeks to 7 months, and that's what I always tell them, that once you are in that company in Europe, always after 6 months start looking out for jobs. Do not stick to that place, because that's going to give you a much more hike, because Europeans are not actually very good at changing roles, and that's why you guys will play a better role in that. Okay, termination act is also there. So the company, the employee, if he has been working there, okay, so strict termination. If an employee has been working for more than 6 months in a company, the reasons to terminate has to be strictly valid. They cannot just call you one fine day and tell you, bye bye, like what is happening in India. It cannot be the case there, guys. Okay, you have to have a proper reason in order to be terminated. It has to be mostly, it will be integrity issues only. Okay, so mass layoff cannot happen like what's happening here. Let me give you a few of the professions which are happening. Nurses, cook, engineer, doctor, construction, software developer, they are in abundantly required there. Okay, a lot of job vacancies are there, guys. But you just need to know, you need to tap into that market with the right strategies. Top professions, you have STEM, software, physiotherapists, IT specialists. Okay, Germany is investing heavily into intelligence technology. Okay, innovation, digital applications. IT specialists are also increasing. And what does STEM stand for? The STEM means science, technology, engineer, mathematics. So a lot of requirement of teachers, people coming from academic background, because people are coming from all over the world, that they need this professional, they need this kind of specialized folks there. Then obviously non-IT folks also, athlete, gym, okay, teacher, social worker, coach, they are also having a huge openings out there. So somebody who is a coach, he's one of my student, he is a gym coach, and he works in a corporate as well, and now he's also going to go there, and he has a plan, six long-term and short-term plan, that after some time he will like eventually get into as a gym instructor there. So those are also open there. So how do we go about job application? First, we find options to migrate, then you notarize the documents, and then the professional. So these are the things which you will teach you once you are on the later stage, when things start to happen, once you have the offer in hand, and then we will focus more onto these domains specific. Okay, we have also methods to show you how do we take it forward, but considering the time, when we'll have our one-on-one, I will take you through this entire approach also that we do. Okay, differentiate yourself from the others, like I always say. If you want to apply for any job, just differentiate yourself, and these are the benefits. Okay, so differentiation means it could be your if you have a specific experience, you come prepared for any kind of interview. Don't just go haphazardly to any interview. Come prepared, do some research, understanding the interview, you try to drive the interview. It's not that they are asking a question, you're responding. There are ways which will teach you how to drive and how to be the controller of the interview, rather than you just being driven like a cock in the sea. So you should take the entire control, and then always see the company as the website for jobs, and you as the browsers. Okay, you are the person that they are looking for. Okay, so send out application before coming to Germany, start connecting with them. These are all the things which will be part of the program that we'll be taking you through, once you're enrolled. So yeah, finding a job is not difficult in Germany. Is absolutely not difficult. It is pretty easy, but you need to follow the technicalities. So there are 77 million jobs. Okay, so there are abundance of it. So to getting a job on the ground, that you are overqualified for these positions. You have, if you have a qualification like masters or even graduates, you can apply for pretty much all the jobs. So you have substantial, and they also now start to understand our degrees. Also, once we'll have our one-on-ones, I will take you through a website which is called anabin.de, wherein we will evaluate your academics. Are they in sync with the European or not? If you get an H plus, that means you are in sync. So I will show it to you what I'm talking about, so that you understand. Let me just give you an example. All right. Okay. So for example, I was talking about, this is the European map, and this is the dark map. Okay. You have all 44 countries comprising there for Europe. Majorly there are 26 Schengen countries. In that Schengen countries, 19 use euros. Okay. So predominantly if we look at dark, for example, here, it is surrounded so beautifully by all the top countries. So that's the reason most of the jobs are pertaining to this area. Dark. Dark is Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And these are the some informations which you can take a screenshot and venture later on how much the expenditure is going to be, for you there. So this is also pretty much nice. And let us now look at something like what are the benefits of moving there. The foremost benefit is that the lowest unemployment rates in EU, 3.1%. It was in April 2020. Now it has become 5%, but it is still very low as compared to India. Shortage of skilled labor is there until 2030. So you have, this is a golden period for you guys to kind of make the right move out there. Okay, experienced German language skill also there. There are thousands plus, more than 1,000 job portals are there. Unemployment benefit, if you lose a job, you get 60% of a net salary and 67% if you have children. So yeah, these are the one of the best things. You can see more of the benefits right in front of you. And in continuation to that, Sunday is a strict no. Okay, best work-life balance. And your leaves can be rejected if you want to work during the weekend in the office. It can be rejected to the council because of the security reason. A holiday means a holiday. You cannot actually end up working in office there. All right. So yeah, we shall take up more of this later on. And I think let me show you my team. Let me kind of give you my team perspective, who are my team right now, so that you. So this is about me. I did not introduce you initially because I wanted to just kick start with the whole session right away. So I have 18 years of experience, guys, and I've been working as an operations manager and an HR in Europe. For these domains, I have been working in IBM, working in Genpact, into hiring, placements. I know 3 languages: French, Italian, German, and obviously many Indian languages as well. So I have been into this domain for quite some time, and that's how I founded up this academy, Aurolingua, wherein initially I started helping people, and then gradually I made it into full time into this domain only. So this is my team, socializing from point of view, how we work, how I used to work initially, and then how I started taking it up gradually on its own, helping people to move the oceans for their aspiration to work as a better career. So this is my core team. So I will schedule you guys a one-on-one with my core teams as well. Initial phases will be conducted either by Mate or Jonathan. They're seated in Netherlands and Germany. And then the later phases either by me or my team, in order for us to kind of see whether you're the right fit for the academy. Because I work with very small number of people throughout the trajectory for this 8 weeks program that we have. And that has to be taken care, considering that you guys have the ability, you guys come from the right background, right qualification, right kind of experience. So those will be detailed later on. Yes, we do give a lot of emphasis also on the linguistics in our academy, because you're going to a different country, not only professionally, but personally also. Language is going to give you a way ahead. So we have an in-house linguistics sessions. It could be German, Dutch, Italian, Portuguese, French, you name it, Italian, everything we have it here. And it's by the professional. It's not any kind of sessions, this is career oriented. This is completely driven towards, professionally. The words, the vocabulary, the sentences, like cracking the interview. So everything will be taught to you from that perspective. Your entire resume will be translated. Your entire LinkedIn will be translated to make sure that you do not leave any scope of any holes to any scope towards failures. Everything will be going strategically. Okay, so this is the program, guys. Just wanted to give you a sneak peek if you guys are interested. So we will be step by step. It's a long-term application program. We'll be defining your career objectives. We'll be rewriting your reference letters. We'll be looking at jobs for you. We'll be helping with a mock interview till the end. Okay, completely till the end we'll be going. Further to this, the segment which we'll be again introducing you later on, we have in-house the entire sessions, entire courses, along with my mentorship and the team's mentorship weekly basis. Okay, so I would request you to take a screenshot of this, please, guys. I'm also putting it in the chat box. So let me tell you what it is. This is the masterclass. Okay, this is the masterclass. So masterclass is the website that you guys have come through. Let me just click and show it to you. Meanwhile, once you reach here, this is the website, guys. Okay, so please go through this masterclass. Okay, and then you guys can go down, scroll down, and you guys can book a one-on-one strategy call with my team. Join the WhatsApp group and Facebook group. Okay, and strategy call, I think it is booked for the entire month right now. That's what I was told. But still, if in between, if there are any scopes of any cancellations, then certainly we can book it off. Okay, no issues for that. So we can work on that. Okay, now let us, I would like to give you this WhatsApp group which is there. Facebook group, please join. Go to the YouTube channel. So I'm giving you the all the I'm just posting it, putting it in the chat, so you guys can also copy it, please. Okay, and then we shall get into the question and answer sessions. Okay, so yeah, I have posted it. Let's hope you guys have selected it. Please let me know if you guys are able to copy paste what I have selected, what I have pasted there. If not, you guys can WhatsApp separately to our team and they shall provide it to you. Okay, no issues on that front. Okay, you guys please be on the WhatsApp group and you guys can be connected there, and we shall give you all the details what is required. All right, so yeah, I think I also want to touch about there's something called job seeker visa, because now the countries are very much looking forward to hire you, and therefore they have created these provisions of getting you a facility of job seeker visa where you get 6 months of actually going there and looking for jobs. Okay, so 6 months to fly in Germany and find a job, and these are a small basic template checklist which you can fill and try it on your own. But in our academy, we majorly look for jobs which are visa sponsored and not for visa required jobs, because there are tons of jobs which are sponsored roles, so you don't need to even worry about it. Just that you need to know how to tackle to them. Okay, so this is a job seeker visa. Then you have this one. I will take you guys all through whenever we have a one-on-one to evaluate what is your academics qualification in terms to European, whether you are eligible or not. Okay, that also we will show you. So you will get a certificate like this, something like this. You'll get a certificate wherein it will show you H plus. If it shows H minus, that means, for example, this university is called, which we had done recently, I think is called Devi Ahilya something, and this is from Nagpur University. So see, he holds a H plus. So this person is having a well qualified certificate which will be accepted in the visa process. So all this thing also we will show you how to go about. We will be taking you. All right. So I think yep, this is pretty much it. And for the sake of time, I think let me kind of stop it. And yes, we do have, like somebody was asking, what about Netherlands? So Netherlands is also having a beautiful visa policy, as you can see. There's something called a startup visa for Netherlands, and they just started. It's a 4-year pilot project. So make best use of this, guy. This is the time you should be in Europe rather than in India, because this is the time they want people. Don't let it go in a saturated mode by you just thinking. So 2021 it only started. 2025 is going to saturate. So this is the time you should be actually looking at moving. Okay, and then yes, this is about Amsterdam. And these are the companies which I was wanting to share who are hiring Indians: ING, Unilever, Aegon, Philips. Okay, these are the companies who are hiring in Netherlands. And yes, they have UK scale up visa has also picked up a lot. Which we've got quite a few startups coming there as well. Portugal also is prospering a lot, creating 193 jobs in next few months. So a lot of people are getting placed there. In my academy itself, there have been people who have been placed recently in Portugal because of the startup. Yes, Netherlands has a highly educated visa as well. That's a separate education is separately catered to. Austria is also coming up with a lot of visa related. They want people to come in. They have also got a scarcity of people. Austria, as I told you, is a part of DACH, right? Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, and Sweden as well. So yeah, this is what it is, guys. I think if you have any questions, please take a screenshot of this and do confirm to me that you guys have actually got access to this or not. If not, I can send it to you again. It's not something, and then we can go ahead with the question and answer session, guys. Okay. Can you please confirm to me whether you guys all got, whatever I had sent to you guys? Fantastic. So go ahead and connect with the team. Okay, connect with the team in terms of all these details. Do connect with my WhatsApp group, Facebook group. I keep sharing a lot of open positions that I showed you here. Lot of, like, first priority definitely goes to the people who are in my academy. Okay, I sit with them, our team works with them, ensures that they get those right kind of jobs, and then we also simultaneously take it up here. So great, let me take up a few questions. I think this is pretty much from the time perspective I can go on, guys, but I know there's a time bound. All of you are getting hungry. So let me take up a few questions and I shall take it from there. So please do type in your questions. Yeah, hi Suma. You can type in your question, guys. Uh, Healthcare jobs. Healthcare jobs are largely there, guys. Okay, healthcare jobs are very much in demand because that's the domain that they are getting scarcity with. It's heavily in demand there. Healthcare. It depends. Even if you want to work in a front face as a healthcare or as a back end, you can do that. You are having that phase as well. Pretty much in demand. Anything else? Yeah, let me see the other question which is there. Any maximum age limit to get a job in Europe? Answer. So luckily for you guys, this is a good news, I would say. As of now, they have not yet declared any age limit. As of now, not like Canada and Australia, there's a age limit. We yet don't have any age limit, and that's the reason. So job seeker visas have been granted to people who are age 45, 50 as well. So do not refrain yourself before. You don't know whether if the migration happens, if there are a lot of people out there, it may just cause a little bit trouble. But as of now, I don't see any issues in terms of the age being the restriction criteria. So that is not yet there. Okay, so we do have. So let me show you, to answer this question, let me show you a slide. So like you can see here, okay, population of foreign population. Okay, 14% of foreign population are there, by the way. So you can see Cologne is 21%, 30% Frankfurt, 27% Munich, Berlin, Hamburg. So these are, most people are the big and mid-sized cities. So this is the percentage of foreign population in Germany. So you can understand how much they are Indians flowing in. So I mean, Indians, when I say across the globe, people are flowing in. So yes, this is sales and marketing. Is there enough opportunity in my domain? Yes, absolutely, Saurav. There are tons of opportunity for sales and marketing. Sales specialist, marketing specialist, program manager, project manager for sales, sales advisor, sales specialist. There are tons. I have shown you, I think, let me show you once again the sales specialist roles as well. Let me show it to you so that you understand. I hope you guys can see my screen. So if I go here, sales specialist, okay. So what does the sales specialist do? Basically, it's not a frontline sales manager, because see, for being a frontline, sort of being in a front line of sales manager, you would need to know the language very proficiently because you would be dealing with the people, but not always because everybody speaks English. If you have a good sales knowledge also, you manage. But let me show you sales specialist perspective, okay? We can see 46,000 roles are there, okay? Sales specialists. And now let me show you, where predominantly they are revolving. 46,000 is a huge number. By the way, let me tell you. Then you have sales analyst, which I showed you. So you have again 11,000 sales analyst, okay? Sales advisor. Same thing, sales and marketing go hand in hand, okay? 24,000 there. So let me say sales analyst, a sales specialist, which was 44,000, okay? Okay. So, and many of them do not offer visa, but many of them do offer visa as well, okay? There are companies who are actually offering visas, sales specialist, sales advisor, and they are giving you relocation package also. See, relocation packages also they are providing right in front of you, okay? And free German classes also in the office. What else you could ask for? Just look at how flexible and how, understanding they are, okay? Are you guys able to see my screen, guys? No, language, Krishna, is not a barrier. Language is not a barrier. But Saurav, I hope now I have answered your query for this. I took a little bit time to make you understand, but this is what it is, You get such a beautiful environment just in LinkedIn. Just imagine, I have not even touched about those SME, small and medium-sized enterprise, which are looking in desperation. But right in front of you, you have the proof. So much supportive they are. Generous relocation subsidiary, visa sponsored, language barrier. So they understand where you're coming from. They respect that. They are hiring you for your skill set. They don't want to sabotage your career because you don't know the language. Language is absolutely not a barrier. Not at all, Krishna. Language is not a barrier. But language is a plus point. And that's the reason we have language in our academy. It's a plus point. So yeah, I could show you also what does my academy this thing looks like. But yeah, why don't you just book? I think I would request you all to have a one-on-one schedule, and I could take you. It's a 8-week program wherein we talk about niche identifications to getting your validation done for which company you need to go for. Our team works simultaneously on looking for the jobs for you. We work on your entire profiling, entire resume, cover letter, reference letter, motivation letter, many of the things which you're not aware about. Then also we teach you the language. We also give you the ways how to navigate your path. And within 6 weeks onward, you start seeing the results coming to you. Because these are the things which are very evident. It's just that you are not following it. And we'll streamline the process for you. Yeah. All right, guys. So I think that's pretty much it. Sales and marketing, we have pharmacist needs regulatory authorization. Yes, we have a lot of these positions open up in Europe. Mall cashier, because yes, absolutely. FMCGs, Auchan, etc. They definitely have a large number of open positions there. Absolutely. And the salary also is pretty much dean. Yes, we have a person who's already in our academy. He is also a dean associate, and the role that we are looking for him, we are trying to help him is academic coordinator. Okay, Sarita. So he's associate dean of residential schools. I know. So he is into academic coordinator. Let me show you academic coordinator, and you'll be shocked to see the number of positions. Academic coordinator. Okay. Let me show you the number of 16,000 open positions there. And the same way, if I go to Canada, where most of the people are going, 5,000 only. Okay, let me show you total, so that you see. So 6,000 positions in total you have, whereas in Europe, okay, European Union, you're having 21,000 open positions. Associate dean is the same thing, because ultimately you'll be working towards the universities, you'll be working as a coordinator. There are a lot of people who are going from India to study, and they need some people who can communicate from both the ways, who can coordinate. So yes, somebody asks, what is the impact of recession? So impact of recession in Europe is something I would tell you, their unemployment rate does not exceed more than 5% ever. Okay, there's a maximum that has gone up to. World War I has come and gone. World War II has come and gone. There have been various wars in the recent past. It has not deteriorated the EMEA market at all. In the EMEA market graph, Germany, DACH, Europe, these countries, France, they stand tall and strong. Not much has happened there because they have a strong policies also of retention. So nothing happens. Okay, Arijit, do the German course. Yes, so we have all the levels. Okay, depending on whatever is the requirement, we'll go gradually and then we will progress you from there. There's a certification course which will be given here for the languages. All right. Yes, lovely. Yes, this is a good question. I think, Sarita, you ask English school for children. Absolutely. You have beautiful schools which is free of cost there. And even the universities are free of cost there. So yes, you have everything, in terms of schooling to colleges for your children. They can be, people go from India to study there. So you are there automatically. It will definitely going to help you. You'll be given the priority. All right, Grace. So I think you guys start booking your Naveen. Hi, Alok. I'm an MBA Finance. Is 1.5 year. I'm tried apply manager UK, New Zealand, Austria, Germany, Netherlands. But what is your experience, Naveen? You need to please WhatsApp me your. I'll just give the number here. WhatsApp us. Okay. You WhatsApp here all your details, and the team shall definitely respond to you individually. And if required, they will call you in the one-on-one as well. Okay. SAP, wow, SAP has a great scope there. Fantastic. Even if you go to, there are huge roles which is coming from SAP consultant, SAP FICO, SD. You're having huge roles coming up there. And like I said, it's a prospering big data. Everything is there. So guys, you just book a call. I think certainly we will inform my team to have connect with you, and then we shall take it off from there. But yeah, considering the time frame, like we have shot, it was for 1 hour. I extended it for 1.5. But I just hope that you guys had some kind of understanding, some kind of, in terms of clarity, the way ahead. And yeah, we shall take it later on if at all it requires more attention. Okay. All right, great. So I think I shall we can now kind of take a call, depart our ways, and then whenever you want to connect, we shall connect again. And we have given you all the modes of connecting, and please feel free to reach out to our team, and we should gladly be there to help you, because our aim is to make sure we get as many people from India to there. So I wish you guys all the very best and have a great Sunday ahead, and stay connected. And I shall post this recording in the Facebook group as well and WhatsApp group. So please be there. All right, guys. So I wish you all the best. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Take care.